Hello, and thanks for tuning in. This video is a brief introduction to creating virtual machines through AppCenter. AppCenter is the user interface for NaviCloud, Navisite's managed cloud services platform. We want to drill into the use of the Servers tab to create the environments in which your VMs reside. So once I log in here, I will get to the Servers tab and demonstrate how to create an environment, create a server group, create a server subgroup, add VMs in a server subgroup, examine the details of the VMs and update their configuration, and access the commands and services available for the VMs that we create. And here on the tabbed UI, we'll be focused in this video on the virtual resource build-out that we can accomplish from the Servers tab. So first, to create an environment. To create a server environment, I will click on the down arrow in the environment bar. The pop-up is Manage Server Environment. From this list, I could select an existing work environment if that's our situation, or in our case, for purposes of this demonstration, we can create new environment. And in the ensuing dialog, we simply name it. I'll name it MyCorp. Hit Create, and our newly created cloud environment appears in the Servers tab. To rename our server environment, I click on the name of the environment here in the environment title bar and simply change the name and click off to effectively enter the name change. And with an environment established, we are on our way toward building VMs. First, we need a group and a subgroup within the environment. So that will be the space in which we add and maintain VMs. The bulk of the functionality available from the Servers tab you access through a few click menus. So you already saw the click menu over here on creating an environment. I'll show you all of them as we go through the build-out process here. So to create a new server group, you click the environment menu icon, the right of the environment bar, and select the Create Group option. Name the group MyCorp North America, and create, and we rename, and our new group appears within our environment. We can rename it in the same way we rename the environment, simply by clicking on the name, changing it, and then clicking off. So with a group in place, we are on to creating subgroups. You add and maintain VMs in your environment through an AppCenter space within a group, which we designate as a subgroup. To add a subgroup, I'll click on the group menu icon located here at the upper right of the group bar. Select Create Group. Provide a name. Call it East Coast. Click Create. And my subgroup appears within my group. To rename it, same deal. Click within the name, make your changes, and click off. So now we have a subgroup named East. And it's here in the subgroup that we can create VMs. To do so, we'll start from an option in the subgroup menu. So we find the subgroup menu in the upper right corner of the subgroup, click and select Create Virtual Machine. AppCenter displays the Create Virtual Server dialog, and it's through this that we will specify the initial configuration of the VM. So in the name field, we'll call the server VM1. In the type field, we will say that we want to base the VM on one of the available NaviCloud templates. If you have site-specific templates and you switch the type field from NaviCloud template to customer template, the subsequent template list will display your own templates from which to choose. But we're opting in this demonstration for NaviCloud templates. Then we use these slider controls to specify CPU, memory, and storage requirements for the VM that we're creating. We're going to actually keep them very simple for this demo. And in the networking drop-down fields, we specify our VLAN and IP. So once we check the Agree to Terms box, the Submit button, the Create button appears, unless you've neglected to name the VM. The Create button's display is conditioned on the presence of both the VM name. Let's see, if I take away the name, the Submit button goes away. The presence of both the VM name and the agreement to terms. So that in place, we will say create our VM, and NaviCloud begins to build out the VM, indicating the progress back here on the Servers tab. So while that is building, we can demonstrate how to examine the details of the VMs that you create. We'll look at VMs already in place in another environment while that one's building. So we'll select from the available environments, and we simply click on the VM's icon and select Server Details. Alternatively, we can simply click on the link of the VM's name, and that will also get us to the Server Details screen. So here on the Server Details screen, you are provided pretty much a wealth of information and functionality regarding the server. And we'll take a look at all of it. The Edit Configuration link enables you to adjust the VM's configuration by adding CPU, memory, and/or more disks. Note that this Edit Configuration link is enabled only when the VM is powered down. So clicking the link brings up the Edit Configuration dialog, through which you can specify and submit your adjustments to the configuration. So again, the slider controls and a link for adding more disk. You can use the commands block to power on, off, suspend, or restart service to your VM. You can basically examine the jobs audit trail to see what jobs were run on the VM when and how they completed. Navigating to the resource details screen for a moment enables you to examine graphical displays available for date range, periods, and they basically display to you the usage of CPU memory, storage, and bandwidth. Depicting system performance, and you can click any of the graphs to drill into its details. And navigating to the tickets screen enables you to use a searchable, sortable, actionable list of change and trouble tickets entered for the VM, of which there are none for this machine, apparently, and to use the open ticket link to enter a ticket for the machine. So that's how you examine server details. Again, just to reiterate, click VM details, or simply click the VM name link. And that will get you to the server details screen. Okay, so back on the Servers tab and back in our environment that we created, we'll go see if the VM is done building. And it is. So back at the VM that we created new, we see that the build is complete and that our VM is powered on. And there are the details of our job that we created the VM with, setting power state to powered on. And that is it for this introduction to using AppCenter to create and maintain VMs in NaviCloud. I don't want these videos to get too long or to conglomerate too many topics all together in the same presentation. So we will cover in a separate session the commands available to the VMs. Likewise, we will demonstrate in a topic-specific session the steps you'll take through AppCenter to use AnyConnect VPN connectivity and initiate console access to the servers that you create. And likewise, there is to be a separate video altogether to illustrate the use of the airlock facilities for importing servers into NaviCloud or for segregating existing servers to troubleshoot them. So definitely tune into those sessions and to the others that become available as we build out the video instructional library. And thank you.